Hey, it's Arileus. Welcome back to our part 5 of this Let's Play Blitz Beta. We played with a few heroes, Anders. We've played with Decimus. And now we're going to jump into Shipmaster, which is what's on the screen right now. Let's go straight into it. Take a look at his deck. I've created a custom deck for him. Shipmaster has his 2 starting armies, which is right here where I'm pointing. He gets 2 Prowling Marauders, and they're really strong. We're going to take a look at it on the screen here. They're really strong against infantry, as you can see right here. Strong against infantry, pretty good against air, average against air and vehicles. But they are strong units, and they stealth. So you have to have something to reveal them. They're not stealth the whole time, but they're really strong opening units. I have a lot of issues playing against them. So we're just going to dive into them. He has a second starting army we'll mess with a little later on. Let's take a look at that real quick. He starts with simply just 3 ghosts here. That's more of a mobility. You're not going to win any fights with those guys unless it's against smaller units. But I'm going to start with the 2 Marauders just because I have a lot of issues with them. Myself playing against them, especially with Decimus and Anders. They can have some issues if the player knows what they're doing. They get a good draw from their hand. So I haven't really played with Shipmaster too much as opening start or as units, so it's going to be an interesting playthrough, and we'll see what happens. What I'm going to do with Marauders is usually with Decimus and Anders, I have a scout unit. I can send someone around the map to capture point C. Let's go over to Shipmaster here, select them, and we're going to pick our deck, which is number 2. Usually I have a scout that can go to point C, capture it real quick, come back, and go get resources. Well, with Shipmaster, he only has 2 units. So we'll see how that works out, because one of them is going to have to go capture point C. I'm probably going to have to split the units up, so they're not going to be that strong without each other. Maybe we can spawn in a unit to go scout, or we can switch strategy up to just grab A and B and leave C alone. It's going to be one of those things where I play around with it and get a feel for his opening units. So we're playing another Shipmaster. More than likely he's going to have the same start that we have. We'll check that once we get into the game. And it's going to be an interesting matchup because the 2 stealth units won't be able to see each other unless they have detect on. I'm not quite sure if the prowlers have detect. Usually most stealth units have detect, which if they do, it's going to depend on our opening hands, what he gets, what I get, and if we take both our Marauders together to wherever we go. So let's find out. So there's our guys. They don't look stealth here, but the little blue outline they have around them means they're stealth.
Powering up.
And more than likely,
Game starts in
he has
3,
that as well.
2, 1.
We're about to find out. So I'm going to take them. I'm just going to do what I normally do. I'm going to take them both down there. He has the 3 ghosts, so this is going to be a problem. I'm going to spawn in a Locust as my unit to go get C.
Where do you want me?
These guys should have no issue taking out these guys. And I'm gonna shoot straight at him. And see, he can't shoot me. He has no idea what's going on because he can't shoot me right now. Because my guys are stealth. So I'm taking his units out for free. He's not really paying attention. He's probably curious on what's going on.
Ready for
Capture.
I'm going to sneak over here and get his energy. Now he just figured out what's going on, but we're going to follow him.
Zone B.
We're going to take a look.
Zone B
We're going to just tail him. These guys will eventually come off the stealth unit. In the meantime, I'm going to jump in and drop in a grunt to go get this resource because I really want the resource. Okay, so now he revealed me. That unit can reveal me, which is what he did. So we got to keep tabs on our Locust here. We're going to go snag this energy. Now, here's a little trick. Instead of clicking on it, the energy, you can click around it, which I didn't do with these guys. And what they'll do is they'll go ahead and I'm going to park these guys right here, start calling them. If I click here, the Locust, once he gets close, he'll start shooting this and he'll sit right here, so I'll actually affect the resource. Because the problem with these units, I hope the developers fix it. When you actually click on the energy, they'll sit there and stand far away from it and shoot it, and they won't go collect it. So you have to physically tell them to go collect it. Let me show you. See, since I clicked my locust next to it, he goes collects it. In the meantime, we're going to call on a blisterback here. A really good positioning for blisterback is to put him up on this perch and just post him up so he can launch nukes. So we're going to post him down. He's going to set up and open up. In the meantime, he's going to open up his back, so he's going to launch artillery pretty far as long as we have vision on these units. Now, my opponent is not buying anything, which is kind of intimidating because he's saving up for something. Whether it be a Master Chief or some huge unit. And my army just can't deal with it. He summoned a stealth guy, and that looks like a stealth elite. I don't know if that's a hero or not. I don't think it is. But he's stealth, whatever it is. We're going to keep an eye on him. He better do something quick because I'm at 155, 56, 57. 59. I'm kind of saving my money too. There's an ironclad wraith I could call in. It's a pretty strong unit. But I'm saving my money because I don't know what he's going to call in. And there you go. That's what he was saving up for. It looks like. Well, Cloak Reaver.
Energy dropped.
Cloak Hero. He called in a locust. But it's too late for this guy. He didn't do anything. We're going to win the game immediately. He won't even be able to fight this, honestly. He's coming in 98, 99, 200. There you go. I'm not quite sure what he was doing there at the end. I thought he was trying to save up for big units, complete destruction of a foe. Didn't. So we're just gonna jump out of that match. It seemed to work out. So you got to see the power of the Cloak Marauders at the beginning. We took out one of his units right at the beginning without him even knowing what was going on. Those guys stay stealth for 90 seconds, then they come out of stealth. So for the first 90 seconds, they'll be in stealth, and we just took out one of his units. He didn't know what was going on. And then when he finally figured out what was going on, you know, the Marauders aren't weak. They're strong units by themselves, even if they aren't cloaked. And we took out his units, and then we just had control of the map. We spawned in a locust, sent them to point C. Took point C, and we had control of the map from the beginning. So I'm going to stick with the same thing this time. I'm going to send both the Marauders together, and they seem to be a lot stronger together to me, because if you do happen to run into an issue with where the opposing army has something that can reveal stealth, it's a lot better to have those two units, because they're really strong units. They have a big energy bar. They do good damage. They're mobile. They can move around pretty decently. They're faster than infantry. You get two of them, and that's not on top of what you spawn in to assist them with whatever you want to call in and to counter the other guy, whatever he has. So this guy, he's playing as Decimus, and Decimus is right now, he's my favorite hero. Although the Shipmaster, these two Marauders are looking pretty strong. But right now, still Decimus is my favorite guy. He starts with 4 Blood Fuel Grunts and a Chopper. And those Blood Fuel Grunts are very strong, actually.
I await your orders, Commander.
We'll see what the guy starts with here. So here we are again.
Welcome to
playing a
Blitz.
Shipmaster. We're playing Decimus. I start with 2 Cloak Marauders. We're going to keep them together, go straight to the middle to point B in the middle. And we're going to see what he has. And he starts with a very weak start, that Decimus. I don't like the start at all. Those jump pack brutes are very weak to me. So I'm going to fight this. I'm going to summon a Banshee, and I want to fight him. Those guys cannot hit these air units. That Reaver can, so I have to keep an eye on him. We're just going to run through his crew right now. The only thing that can shoot my air units is this ghost he just spawned in. We're going to focus that down. These guys, look, his units cannot even attack me right now. Because these guys are stealth and these guys can't hit air units, so it's for free. We're just killing his opening army just like that. And now all he has is a little Reaver that he spawned towards the top. So we're going to take these guys, go capture this point. Spawn a locust that does good damage against ground units, and he has an air unit. But we took the resources. I'm gonna go up there. Let's see what he just spawned in. He just spawned in I'm gonna go up there and fight that. I'm gonna spawn in some hunters, because hunters are really good against ground units. Now, I would spawn something to go get those resources on the top.
Under attack from enemy local units.
Now, here's an interesting thing to note. I'm spawning another marauder in the back.
Local units.
The reason that hunter died so fast is because initially when I spawned him in, they come in at half health. Units you just summoned, and let's see if this guy. Okay, I wasn't paying attention actually. What happened was he had a mine that blew up our guy. See how I'm gonna run away from this fight, but see how he's summoning that guy at half health? That guy's not as strong as what he's right now. I'm gonna summon this ironclad wraith, and I'm gonna summon in. I guess I'm gonna go capture this because I really. Anyways, you spawn your units in at half health, and they're half attack. They don't do very well coming straight into a fight. They spawn at half health, and they're not as full strength attack-wise.
All systems are go.
I'm gonna spawn in. He's starting to send units down here. So I'm gonna take all my units, come in here, and I'm actually gonna summon these suicide grunts. And these to me are really strong units. I'm gonna wait for them to get full health, because what's gonna happen is these guys are gonna run in here and they're just gonna sit. And I actually want them to die. The suicide grunt. So there it is, that huge AoE. Everything that of his is inside is gonna die. No, I'm sorry, that's his vortex. My grunts are still alive, unfortunately. I really want them to die. There they go. Okay, so that AoE unfortunately killed all his stuff. If anything was in that AoE, it would have died. In the meantime, I'm gonna spawn a ghost. I'm gonna go steal these resources because he killed him. See, that's the part I was telling you about. Those hunters killed those resources, but they didn't run in there and grab them. So I'm just gonna sneak them from that guy. I'm gonna go up top, and that's why you need to click next to it, not on it. 'Cause if I click on it, my ghost is gonna sit right here, shoot at it, and not pick up the resources. If you click next to it, it's gonna shoot, and I'll show you real quick. He quit out. Anyways, it would go actually into the pit and shoot it while it was in there, and then it would gather the resource. And that's a little trick to really take advantage of in this game type, and probably in the main game. I'm sure the developers will fix that, because that's a pretty bad glitch or game defect. Because, you know, your guys, I mean, if they shoot at it, they should just at least collect the resources once they're done killing it. But for now, we're going to have to, you know, just click around it. Make sure you're not, it's not red when you click around it, because that means you're actually clicking on the energy pod. Click right around it, your guy will go right in the pit and collect the resources. You don't have to worry about it. Going back to that matchup, again, you saw the strength of the stealth marauders. He had 3 units that he couldn't attack. They couldn't attack. They were just sitting there taking damage for a long time. And that really put him on a back heel, taking out his opening units like that. I summoned in another unit to try and help the Banshee, because I knew that those units couldn't attack air. So I just really wanted to dominate that early fight, and that's what we did. We took control of the map. We're gonna stick with that. I'm liking the Marauder so far, but I haven't run into a problem that I foresee where it's really difficult to gather resources if you only have 2 units and they're sticking together. You know, I don't really want to separate one to go gather resources if I don't need to. Playing another Shipmaster, I don't know if he's going to start with the 2 Marauders or the 3 Ghosts. I feel that the 2 Marauders are way stronger. The 3 Ghosts are very mobile. They can kind of go around and capture points, but they can't fight. Unless all 3 of them together. For instance, if he takes 3 of his ghosts against my 1 Marauder and charges them, the ghost has a charge ability. It'll probably kill it. But let's see how it plays out. Playing a Shipmaster against Shipmaster. We have our 2 stealth Marauders. We'll see what he has, and hopefully he has a 2 stealth marauders.
Game
So I'm really
starts
curious
in
how that matchup's going to
3,
go if they can
2,
see each other.
1.
I could probably check
Game
after this,
started.
but we're going to send our guys to the middle. Our opening hand's not very strong, and there it is. He's got 2 stealth marauders. If I click on these guys, I'm going to see if they reveal. No, it doesn't show anything. So I'm actually going to take one of them to go get the top point. I got to keep an eye. Okay, he's starting to move.
Lost.
He split up his guys as well. We're going to take, he has a guy sitting right there. So we're sitting right next to him. We're going to attack that. I'm going to call on Banshee as well. See, his guy starts shooting. So anyway, let me take this guy and bring him back to the fight. Let me get this Banshee out of here. Hopefully he makes it out. I'm going to send him to C to take C.
Energy drop.
I'm going to spawn a Locust pretty far back. So the Locust can just kind of sit really far away and just shoot at the fight. We're looking pretty good here. That Reaver, if you look,
I require urgent repairs.
the Reaver, I'm going to drop in a grunt mine at the top because I want to gather those resources.
We're under attack from enemies.
Call him in, shoot that. We got to keep an eye on our other fight. We're going to pull out of this now because Reavers are starting to spawn up. My guys are walking really slow for some reason, so I had to click on them. Pull them out.
Local unit.
You grab all units and you try to pull them out together. We're just going to sit back and shoot with our Locust. This is pretty good. I send these guys back to heal. That's very important. If your guys are weak, you can send them back to heal. I really want to pick these guys off because the Locust has such range on. He's going to have to come out and fight. And this, I don't know why my Locust went that way. I'm going to spawn this Blister back in the back here and set him down immediately. And I'm going to send this Ghost back to base now. They don't need to be there. Let's go back to the fight. Let's not just stay away from that. Our Blister back's down and it's nuking him from the back and it's doing really good damage. Remember, our Marauders healed up. The thing did. So we took out one of his units. We're looking pretty good in this fight. That Blister back is just raining down from the back.
Under attack from enemy.
I'm going to summon in another Marauder. And now I have a few more units to bring into this fight. He just summoned, if I had enough money, I'd get a Reaver in to fight this. Now this guy I don't want to die if I can get him out of there in time. I'm going to send him back to base. Now I have a Reaver to take out that air unit, even though it's already dead.
Energy dropped.
Energy just came up. I'm going to take one of these units. The great thing about the Grunt Mob, okay, so I clicked on it by accident. Let me click too near it. Great thing about the Grunt Mobs, it drops in 3 actual Grunt units. So I'm just going to leave him there. I wasn't paying attention to what he did. He just killed all my units probably with an ability. I really should be paying more attention to that. But we're going to send this Marauder up top to get the resources. We're going to send this Ironclad Wraith into the middle to go deal with this guy, even though he just summoned a Hunter, which is not good. I'm changing my mind about that. I don't want to go in there because he has a Hunter. He has a few units in there that I don't want to mess with.
We'll see to it.
And we're looking all right. We're looking pretty good. It's 150 points. We got a lot of money.
All systems are go.
I'm gonna go in there and destroy his units. Make sure he doesn't grab A, because he has to make the move, right?
Load up the turret, brother.
He has to make the move. We're the ones winning, and I guarantee you I have a lot more money than he does. I'm actually calling a suicide grunt. I have a feeling he's gonna eventually figure out that he needs to take his army north. Let's watch these Hunters. He might send them around south to try to take. Okay, so he's trying to come around to this side. So we're gonna start calling a few units here. Try to defend against this. This glassing beam.
Local units.
I'm gonna call on this glassing beam and watch what this glassing beam does.
Zone C contested.
So I call it in and I can control it. Look at the damage it's putting down on that unit. And there you go. I held my C, which was the important thing. And there you go. the last game just made sure that we held this area, which was the important thing, because
Energy drop.
I'm trying to drop a bunch of units in here. But I just have, I'm gonna have more money than him.
I crave a new tongue.
Right now the game's over. Normally I'd send my units down here to get this, but that's what it was. So we took that pretty convincingly. He split up his Marauders at the beginning, so we got to find out if the Marauders can reveal, and they can't. So our Marauders are just sitting there staring at each other saying, hey buddy, I can see it, but I can't do anything about it. And we kept our units together, kind of killed a few of his units early, and that's how we took control. Plus I took C really fast by spawning a unit to go capture it. So I controlled the points. I was gaining more money than him, and eventually it just wore out. Over time it wore out, and he couldn't do anything. At the end there he had a little force, but he couldn't really do too much with that. That's his fault for not sticking together, and that's why I believe that sticking the Marauders together is very key. Unless you're in a scenario where you can split them up, keeping them together is probably the most useful thing, because they're so strong. Stealth, they can't get shot at, and they do good damage. And we got two of them shooting their opening units. You know, it's going to give you an advantage if you kill their opening. That's what I feel like this game type is all about. If you kill their opening army, and you have your army, it's heavily favored. I'm not saying you win all the time, but it's like a good percentage that you're going to win that match if you take out their opening army immediately. And there's a few heroes with very strong opening armies, and Shipmaster, Double Marauder, Stealth Marauders is one of them. It might actually be the top two, in the top two next to Decimus, with his 4 Blood Fuel Grunts and the Brute Chopper, because the Blood Fuel Grunts are strong for some reason. So the Stealth Marauder, we're gonna keep sticking with the Stealth Marauders. We're gonna keep them together unless we don't have to. Now, look at the hero I'm playing. I've talked about this in previous videos. You go back, you'll see me talk about Isabel is the character that I'm playing against. She, to me, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, her starting units are like a -5. It's just, they give her such terrible opening units. She has 2 options, her army. She can either start with 2 Jackrabbits, and another unit, or she can start with 2 Marines and a Warthog, which is, it's just awful. We'll see what this guy chooses to start with.
In
We're going to do the same thing.
2, 1.
Let's go to B, rush middle. We're rushing mid, we're going to check out what he has. So there's the 2 Jackrabbits and a Hornet. My units immediately will take out both of those. I do not believe that either one of these units have reveal.
Energy dropped.
The energy just came up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn let's spawn a Grunt Mob, let's spawn a Locust. Go take care of these energies. So we're going to go get the energies and go sneak over to C. Let's see what he's doing. Spawn in a few units. Now here's the thing, I'm not sure if the Jackrabbits are in the reveal. We're about to find out right now. If they aren't, I'm going to take out this Hornet immediately. Okay, so see, the Jackrabbits do not have reveal, but I told them to take out. I told them to get this one. I don't know why they're not. So Locust just took this one. We're going to send him to get the other one.
Energy.
Look at all these Jackrabbits this guy is spawning. I'm actually going to call on a Reaver back here.
First blood.
And I'm going to sit him right here on the edge so he can launch. And look, our guys are still stealth. They're still stealth. He can't do anything. He's just sitting there, just in a line of dead Jackrabbits. Look at this. Make some rabbit soup out of them. Okay, so finally, our guys are revealed, but that's the thing with Jackrabbits. They don't do that much damage. Look at our Marauders. We're just putting everything out that he had instantly.
Orders, brother.
And there it is. There's the quit. There's the GG.
The victory is a victory.
Like I said, this game type heavily revolves around the opening fight. If you could take out their army at the very beginning, it's incredibly hard to come back from that. I don't care how good you are. You could have an average player and a very good player, and the average player takes out the good player's starting army, and that good player is going to have a very difficult time coming back in that fight. So Isabel, so you got to see one of our opening starts. It was the 2 Jackrabbits and the Hornet. The Hornet's okay, but the Jackrabbits also there for us to go from point A to point B to point C, get some resources. They're not there to fight. They're there to just run around, get some things, you know, until you can get enough money to spawn in better units. And I just don't like that. I want my opening army to be able to fight, to control areas. I don't want to play this dodge game at the beginning. You know, there I have to dodge around, you know, this guy's army because I can't mess with it. In the meantime, the other guy he can roll through point A and just get it, and point B and just get it, and you can't do anything about it. The only thing you can do is try to get it when he leaves it, but he's just going to be so more advantageous at the beginning because his army can just destroy anything you put out, even if you choose to avoid his army. So here we go. We're jumping against Cutter. Cutter has a better start than Isabel does. He has 3 Warthogs. Warthogs are the 3 scout units in the game so far. Warthogs, a Brute Chopper, and a Ghost. Warthogs definitely beat Ghosts, and I believe they actually beat Brute Choppers as well. So Warthogs are really good starting mobile units. Cutter can get 3 of them. His other start is a Nightingale. Nightingale is a aerial unit that has reveal. It can detect stealth units. It heals its units. It doesn't really attack, I don't believe. It might have an ability to do that. Then it gets 2 little Marines to start. It's not very...
Commander,
to me, it's not a very good start. The way better start is 3 Warthogs.
Welcome to Blitz.
But this guy's rank 1. So he's probably going to be starting with
3,
the
2,
1.
Match start.
On the move.
Okay, let's see here.
Making our approach.
So we're going to send our units right to the middle.
Energy drop.
See what he started with. Okay. I guess he got scared.
The fates were kind to us this day.
You can see right there, he started with the Nightingale and the 2 Marine units. And that's a pretty weak start from Cutter. Usually when I see that, it means the guys are beginners. In future videos, I'm going to play with Cutter. And I'm going to use 3 Warthogs because I feel like that's a pretty decent start. So we're going to go back into a game against Shipmaster. Hopefully we can find someone who doesn't quit out at the beginning. A little more about Shipmaster. Each hero has some of them have unique units. Each hero does have unique units, meaning when you build your deck, you get a card, and that card can be specific to a leader. No other leaders can use it except that leader. Shipmaster has a few of those cards that are unique to him. Off the top of my head, I don't really remember a few of them. We'll go check it out right after this match if I remember to. So we'll go in there, we'll take a look at it. We're matched up. Looking at the matchup, it's a mirror match. We're playing against another Shipmaster. And usually, I would say 4 out of 5 times, the Shipmasters use the double Marauders, the other stealth Marauders. His other build is just, it's not as good, I feel. So 3 ghosts, and you saw why in that one match. I can just take the Marauders in and just clear out the ghosts without them even shooting back at me. And if you did have a reveal unit, the ghost can't handle Marauders. So
My technologies are at your disposal.
So here we are, we're Shipmaster, 2 stealth Marauders against another Shipmaster, probably 2 stealth Marauders. And we're going to keep tabs. You got to keep tabs on where they move their stuff.
In 3,
stealth units are pretty easy to see if you know what you're looking for. So here we go, we're going to send them right, and we're going to keep an eye on them. So he started with the ghosts, and he started with 4. He summoned in a second one. I don't really have an anti-ground unit. I'll probably summon another Marauder. So I'm going to send, unfortunately I have to leave one of my guys back. I'm going to summon a Banshee, because Banshee are pretty decent against,
Contested.
here's the problem with this start. This is
Gain
exactly what
the
I said.
lead.
I don't have any units to go gather resources right now. I can take B. I think I'll take B and go get this because he's not sending any units to B. I'm going to call on these hunters real quick. I'm going to send them at the base because I don't want them to take any damage. We're going to send them right over here.
Energy drops.
As soon as my stealth guy becomes visible, I'm going to try to take out this hunter. Okay, so my guy just became visible, so I need to get out of there because he has a lot of units. We're going to take our units out of there. We took... The good thing is, I'm going to try to sneak him back around and steal this resource. The hunters I'm going to send to point B just in case he feels like sending his unit to point B. He's trying to sneak a guy around to C, but our ghost should be able to, our Banshee should be able to handle that ghost. So that's fantastic. Our guy just stole his resources.
They're attacking us with vehicles.
Since I have nowhere to send him, I'm just going to send him back to base real quick to get full health. It's going to be important to, he's trying to cut my guy off, but he's not going to get to it. I'm actually going to leave up the glassing beam. I'm not going to summon in any units. I'm going to sit down on that glassing beam because I feel like he's going to take this army into point B. So I'm going to make sure I have enough money to deal with that when he comes in. The glassing beam should make short work of that. We're about to find out. I've never really used the glassing beam too much. But here we go. We're about to find out what this glassing beam does. 110. He has a locust. We're going to go up there, and here comes the glassing beam. We're going to call it in and see what it does. Go glassing beam. Let's do it. So it's an AoE effect, so it's damaging all his units. Look what it's doing to his whole army. Look at it. Just took out his whole army, guys. His whole army. That's the end of the game right there. That glassing beam just won me the game.
Local units.
Game's over.
Spectacular.
Game's over. He just lost his whole army
Turret, brother.
for $110, and I didn't lose one unit, and he had a way bigger army than me. That glassing beam is very strong for $110.
Ready to hit and run. On our way.
So right now I have everything. I have everything. He has no army. I have $100. I got all 3 points. That was the end of the game. That glassing beam for 110 energy just won me that game instantly.
Energy drops.
I'm gonna send the hunter back to base to go heal because he's half health. That's it. That's the end of the game.
Load up the turret, brother.
You really can't do anything. I'm gonna summon some guys in point C. Just on summon a big guy. Let's summon this ironclad raid.
Contested.
Okay, so he sent a stealth guy. I'm gonna.
The enemy attacks.
I could have sworn this guy had an attack. I guess not. I don't want him to die. That's a very expensive unit. So hopefully he'll get out of there and go back to base.
Banshee under assault from ground troops.
Okay, so he just snuck some guy. He snuck a stealth guy in there just as a little trying to. I did lose my unit, which was terrible. Anyways, we still have complete control of this game.
Show us our victims.
He needs to start spending money to come down. We just have so much money. I'm gonna start spawning some units in.
Local units.
Eventually he's gonna need to come down here, and I'm sending all my guys to.
Make way for the marauder.
He's trying to send a ghost around and try to take something, but I'm gonna sit my units on here. Calling in a blister back now. I'm gonna sit right here because I feel here comes the fight. He's gonna come around to. He has to do this. He has no choice. There, our blister back sets up. Now he spawned. Okay, here's the thing. He spawned in a very strong unit and the hero. So I'm gonna go around to see because my units are not gonna be able to kill that hero. The only thing I'm gonna summon suicide grunts in the back. These guys can get in here and not die. Here we go. Keep an eye on your suicide grunts. Okay, so we want them to die. We want these suicide grunts to die right there. They're about to die. There it is. See that AoE? If he stands in that, if he leaves this guy in there, look at his hero. Boom! Instant death. He just killed his hero.
Energy.
And now he has nothing left. Those suicide grunts at 80 can clear out a whole army by themselves too.
Never have I witnessed
So that was a great match. That was a great match you guys got to see. The glassing cannon completely destroyed his whole army, gave us an advantage, and then right there towards the end, the suicide grunts took out his hero. That hero cost $250, $300. I'm not exactly sure how much that one cost, but a little $80 grunt just took him out, just like nothing. It was really, really, that was a really good matchup. It was well played. The 2 Stealth Marauders, again, he started with 4 ghosts because he spawned an extra one off the initial 3 that Shipmaster get, and he really wasn't able to utilize them against the Marauders. I sat one in the middle so no ghost could come in there. Sent one to point A, and his ghost was sitting in there but just couldn't hit him. By the time my guy got revealed, his ghost was dead. So we got to see a lot of things in that match. So the thing is about that match is the first thing we got to see is as I'm talking, I'm gonna go into his deck real quick, into Shipmaster's deck. But anyways, the first thing we got to see was the 2 Stealth Marauders are very strong, as I've been saying. And this is for Xbox. Hector, if you're still here, it's for Xbox. I'm on the Xbox right now. Halo 4 doesn't come out for the PS4. I saw you switch that over to in the chat, but yeah, it's for Xbox. So going back to what I was saying is the Marauders are very strong at the beginning. We got to see how that worked. We got to see a lot of his abilities. Now check out this glassing cannon. I'm going to show you right now. It's right here. So this is the hero power that just wrecked his army and gave me the complete advantage in the game. We got to see a lot of good things. So I'm going to end the Let's Play 5 video right here. Thanks for watching. We're going to come back with Let's Play 6 and stick with Shipmaster. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the little thumbs up icon below and leave a comment. Also, head on over to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Arileus to watch me stream live 5 to 7 days a week.